Hey, I'm Mahak. Welcome to the world of machine learning. What exactly is it? Well, you might be surprised to know you encounter it often in your daily life, even without realizing it. Let me give you some examples like when you want to learn how to make samosa, you search the internet using Google and Bing. These search engines use machine learning to rank web pages and show you the most relevant results to how to make samosa. Even uploaded pictures or Instagram or Snapchat and wondered how to app automatically identify your friends to tag them. That is a machine learning in action. Recognize faces and labeling them. When you finish watching a Star Wars movie on a streaming services and wonders what other similar movie you can watch, this service using machine learning to recommend movie you might enjoy. Using voice commands like "Hey Siri, play a song by Rihanna" or "Okay Google, show me a Indian restaurant near me" involves machine learning to understand and fulfill your request. Your email services using machine learning to flag spam messages, saving you from falling into a fraudulent schemes like a congratulations, you won a millions of dollars, you won a jackpot, and in these types of mails. But machine learning doesn't stop here. It is also make it way to into a big companies and industries. In the fight against climate changes, machine learning is being used to optimize wind turbine power generations. In healthcare, it's starting to assist doctors in making accurate diagnosis, improving patient cares, and factories are leveraging machine learning through computer vision in respect to product on the assembly line for defects, ensuring better quality controls. And machine learning is a fascinating because it allows computer to learn and improve without being explicitly programmed. uh, in other words, you will explore the world of machine learning and even have the chance to implement it yourself. Many learners before you have taken this series and gone to build exciting machine learning systems or purpose successful careers in AI. So welcome to our videos and let's begin this excited journey together. So let's get started. So, we will cover in this video machine learning basics, traditional programming versus machine learning, how does ML works, implement 7 steps of ML, and explain applications of ML, types of ML, and popular algorithms in used in ML, and use Python for machine learning. So, what is machine learning? Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence that focus on the development of algorithms and statistical models that enable computers to learn and improve from experience without being explicitly programmed for a specific task. The primary goal of machine learning is to allow computers to identify patterns and insights within data and make predictions or decisions based on that knowledge. And artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science that aims to create machines, softwares, or systems that can perform tasks typically require human intelligence. It involves designing algorithms and models that enable computers to learn from data, reason, perceive the environment, and make decisions, mimicking human cognitive abilities. So, next is traditional programming and machine learning. What is traditional programming and what is machine learning? Traditional programming is like a teacher telling a student how to solve a problem, and machine learning is like a student learning how to solve a problem by trial and error. Traditional programming is a good for task and well defined and have a limited number of possible outcomes. But machine learning is a good for tasks that are complex or have a large number of possible outcomes. Traditional programming is more reliable than machine learning, but machine learning can be more accurate. Next, we talk about how does machine learning work. So, imagine you have a set of data that you want to use to train a machine learning algorithm. This data could be anything such as the image of cats and dogs or financial data. The first thing the algorithm does is to look for pattern in the data. It does this by using a mathematical function called a hypothesis. The hypothesis is a model that the algorithm used to try to explain the data. So once the algorithm is found hypothesis that it takes things fit the data, it start to test it. It does this by feeding the hypothesis new data and seeing if it can predict and correct output. If the hypothesis is wrong, the algorithm will adjust it slightly. It will keep doing this until the hypothesis is able to predict the correct output with a high degree of accuracy. Once the algorithm is trained, it can be used to make prediction about new data because it is trained using previous data. For example, if the algorithm was trained on image of cats and dog, it could be used to predict whether a new image is a cat or a dog. Let's take a real world example. Uh, let's say you want to build a spam filter. You could start by collecting a large data sets of email including both spam and non-spam emails. You would then train a machine learning algorithm on this data set, and this algorithm would look for pattern in the data that could be used to distinguish between spam and non-spam emails. Once the algorithm is trained, it could be used to classify new emails as a spam or no spam. So the next is implementation of machine learning algorithm based on 7 steps. The first is gathering data. This means collecting information or facts from various sources. Imagine you want to know how many apples people buy in a week. You would ask different people, go to different stores and write down the number to gather the data. The next is preparing the data. After you have collected the data, you need to organize it so that it can be easily to understand by a computer. It's like arranging the apples you bought into neat piles based on their color or size so that you can analyze them better. The next is choosing a model. In the context, a model is like a smart recipe book that can learn from the data. You decide which type of model you want to use depending on what you want to learn from the data. For example, if you want to predict how many apples people will buy next week, you might choose a prediction model. The next is training. Training means like teaching the model to understand the pattern in the data. Using the organized data, the model learn how different factors like price or weather affect the number of apples people buy. It's like showing a recipe book how to make delicious apple pie by giving it step by step instructions. The next is evaluation. After the model has learned from the data, you need to check if it's doing a good job. You give the model some apples it has never seen before and seen it can be predict the correct number of apples people would buy based on its training. It's like a testing the pie's recipe book made and deciding it they tested as expected. Hyperparameter tuning. Hyperparameter tuning model have setting that you can adjust to make them work better. This setting is called a hyperparameter, and tuning means finding the best value for this setting to improve the model performance. It's like adjusting the on temperature and baking time to make your apple pie even tastier. Next is prediction. This is the excited part. Once the model has been trained and fine tuned, it can now use its knowledge to make a prediction. For example, you can give it information about next week prices and weather, and it will predict how many apples people are likely to buy in upcoming days. It's like using the recipe book to create a shopping list for the ingredients needed to make the best apple pie. Now, let's see where machine learning used in real world. Augmentation. Machine learning can be used to augment human capabilities. For example, virtual assistant can help us with our tasks. The data analysis tools can help us make better decisions. Automations. Machine learning can be used to automate tasks that are currently done by humans. For examples, robot can be used to perform manufacturing tasks and fraud detection algorithms can be used to prevent frauds. Finance. Machine learning is also used in finance industry to find patterns in the data and prevent fraud. For example, banks use machine learning to detect fraudulent credit card transactions. Government are also use machine learning technology is being to manage public safety and utilities. For example, China use facial recognition technology to prevent jaywalking. And healthcare, machine learning is being used to healthcare to diagnose diseases and develop new treatments and improve patient cares. For example, machine learning algorithm can be used to analyze medical image to detect cancer. And machine learning is also used in marketing. It means to target a customer with more relevant ads and personalize their experience. For example, Netflix use machine learning to recommend movie and TV show to its users, and also Amazon and Flipkart is use movie machine learning recommendation engines. So let's see the types of machine learning. There are four types of machine learning and we can discuss one by one. First is supervised learning. Supervised learning means it is the most common type of machine learning. In the supervised learning, the machine is trained on a data set of labeled data. The label tells the machine what the correct output should be for a given input. For example, a supervised learning algorithm could be trained to classify image of cats and dogs. The next is unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning is used to find pattern in unlabeled data. The machine is not given any label to tell it what the correct output should do. Instead, the machine learning to find pattern in the data on its own. For example, unsupervised learning algorithm could be used to cluster customer data into different groups based on their spending habits. The next is semi-supervised learning. Semi-supervised learning is a hybrid of supervised learning and unsupervised learning. The machine is trained on a data set of labeled data, but it is also to learn unlabeled data. They can be useful where there is not enough labeled data available to train the supervised learning algorithm. And the next is reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning is a type of machine learning where the machine learns by trial and error. The machine is given a reward for taking action that leads to desired outcomes. For example, a reinforcement learning algorithm could be used to train a robot to play a game. The robot would be rewarded to taking action that lead to it winning the game. And the detail about supervised, unsupervised, semi-supervised and reinforcement learning in another videos, like what is labeled data, what is clustering, and how we can choose supervised learning, unsupervised learning for our model, and all other detail in types of machine learning is discussed in further videos. Now, let's see popular some machine learning algorithms like a linear regression, logistic regression, decision tree, support vector machines, naive Bayes, k nearest neighbor, k means clustering, principal component analysis. This is a basic of machine learning algorithms. We will discuss machine learning algorithm one by one in upcoming videos and discuss what machine learning algorithm used in supervised learning, what is unsupervised learning, and all other. Many programmers are confused which programming language is suitable for machine learning and which programming language is best for using machine learning. So Python is best programming language for machine learning because it is easy to understand and read. Machine learning tasks can be complex, but Python makes it simpler to implement ideas quickly. It also offers pre-built libraries for various applications like image, text, audio, data representation, deep learning, scientific computation, web integrations, and other languages like R, C++, Java, and Shell is also can be used, but Python is widely preferred for the efficiently and user-friendly nature in the ML community. Thank you so much for watching this video. In this video, we try to cover brief introduction in machine learning, and in upcoming videos, we go in depth in machine learning and try to describe all the terms and technologies which is used in machine learning. Thank you so much.